died trying. I mean, is it just me? I don't know about you, but I've gotten to a place in my life that I would rather die trying than to lay back and let the enemy steamroll me. I would rather just give everything I've got in a late hour of my life and just try to get past this situation. But don't think that I could sit back and just let the enemy work me over day after day after day. Faith and desperation will cause you to take risks. The Bible says that she spent all of her estate. She spent all. She suffered many physicians. And that simply means, essentially what he's saying is that not only did she go to the physicians, but unlike most of us, she did what the physicians told her to do. She tried everything. She ran out of resources. She ran out of people to ask. Have you ever been to a place in your life so you just didn't know who else to ask? You had been through so much that you run out of resources. You had been through a multitude of counseling. You had been through so many different people trying to get some answers, and just finally got to a place in your life where you just didn't have anybody else. The Bible says that she spent all. But what's worse than that is things didn't not only just get better, but they got worse. What do you do when you have spent everything that you have and you have exhausted everything that you have? Every avenue, every reservoir, every resource that you have exhausted trying to get some answers to heal your body, to get set free, to get delivered. And not only does it not get better, but it just gets worse. What do you do when you're in a situation like this where nobody seems to be able to help you? And not only are things getting worse, but your life is slipping through your fingers. Bible says that she was hemorrhaging. That means the Bible says that the life is in the blood, that her very life. Imagine the days getting up, not even wanting to wake up and get out of bed because she was so weak, because the very life was running through her. Imagine what that would be like. Slipping through your fingers. Still no change. I've been to this doctor. I've been to this church. I've been to this pastor. I've been to this counselor. And I'm getting older and I'm still single. I'm getting older and I'm still broke. I'm getting older and still no new lease in life. I'm getting older and I still don't own a house. I'm getting older and I still don't have anything that belongs to me. I'm getting older. Time seems to be a precious commodity when you start getting older and you don't have anything. And it seems like the more you try to grasp for life, life just slips through the cracks of your fingers. And the more you try to do something about your issue and your misfortune, the worse it gets. Can I tell you that you are a prime candidate? I'm telling you today that when you get to a place to where you have nobody else to try. Who am I talking to today? I know that it's quiet in here, but something tells me that I'm talking to somebody. And the Spirit of the Lord has arrested you for just one moment for me to ask you this question. Do you realize that the need in your life has created so much room for God that you are a prime candidate for a miracle? You are a prime candidate for a miracle because God has kicked out all of the props. Because God is not going to share his glory with anybody. God's not going to let somebody stand by the wayside after he brought you through and then talk about, I did that for them. God is going to kick out all the props. He's going to kick out your crutches. He's going to move people away from you. He's going to isolate you. He's going to let you get to the end of the road and spend all that you have and give all that you have and make it look like that there's no way out. And then he moves in. Can I tell you today that you are in the place of a breakthrough because you have spent everything you have? I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't have anybody to talk to about this issue I'm dealing with. I've got to have a breakthrough. And the only way for me to get through this situation is for God to come through for me. Look at somebody and say, if God don't come through for me, I've got to come out of this situation. I can't live like this anymore. What do you do when you've spent everything? I mean, you're at a place where nothing looks good. God has got to come through, because if he does not come through, it will be a colossal. Prime candidate. tried everything that you can try. Pushed every button, and manipulation don't work no more. Burned all kinds of bridges. Nobody trusts me anymore because I fell on my face. I let people down for so long that nobody even trusts me anymore. I don't have any more people to talk to. I don't have another bank to go get a loan from. I don't have any way to pay my bill. There's nobody else to talk to. There's no more resources. I've got to have a miracle in my life. You reached a place in your life where you ask God, God, would you please help me? Because I'm tired of going to church and paying my tithes and paying my offering and doing what I'm supposed to do and still living in lack while other people are getting what they need. God, is there something wrong with me? Is there something going on? Have you ever gotten to a place where you just ask God, is there something wrong with me? Have you marked me? Have you rejected me? Have I done something that has brought such a reproach against you that has cut me off? I don't mind being cut on as long as I'm not cut off. Have you ever gotten to a place where you say, God, I've got to have a breakthrough. You've got to come through for me. I can't live like this anymore. My mama don't trust me. My daddy don't trust me. My kids don't trust me. I can't be a father. I can't be a mother. I can't be a businessman because I've burned every bridge. Cut off relationship, trying to be something that I'm not, but I'm truly at a place in my life where I'm willing to give it all. I surrender everything. I give you everything. God, come through for me right now. I'm a prime candidate, God. You can get glory out of this vessel. You can get a miracle out of this vessel. I will advance your kingdom. I will give you glory. I won't share it with nobody. I need a breakthrough in my life. I need God to come through for me. You ought to give God some praise right now for holding on to you. I dare you right now to lift up those hands and lift up your voice and give God a praise. Got to have a miracle. Got to have a miracle. I've got to have a miracle. I can't live like this anymore. I'm dying and my life is running out of me. I've never been at this place before. I've never been this desperate before. God, can't you see that I'm desperate? Can't you see that I'm at the end of my rope? I'm embarrassed. I've been rejected. Nobody trusts me. Nobody loves me anymore. And the people are standing by. My critics are standing by. They're counting while I'm down. God, would you help me get up one more time? You help me get up one more time. Sit down. I want to finish talking to you. She said, no, let me tell you, this is where I always pause. I always get caught right here in this story. I get caught in this text right about here every time. She said, but if I can just touch. If I could just touch the hem of his garment. I don't need him to, I don't need nobody to formally introduce me. I don't need him to know my name. I don't need a dialogue with him. All I need is to touch the hem of his garment. I don't need somebody to talk about what I've been through. I don't need to give him my testimony. I don't need to tell him everything I've been through. All I know is I've got to get to a place where my breakthrough is. I've got to get to the saturation point. This is where I find myself reaching and grasping for revelation knowledge because I don't quite understand. Now I understand. I do know that the woman had to be dealing with a insurmountable amount of shame. I know that. I mean, some of you women, without going into detail, you know what it's like to be on your menstrual cycle and something happened when it's not supposed to. I'll leave that alone. But go with me and help me understand with it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't know. But you're not talking. I feel like preaching this thing. This woman, was her stealth approach to Christ. Because she was afraid of some unexpected blood flow in public. See, I don't know. You can help me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she was dealing with